Came in the game new, but knew that I moved with the same crew. With love for the end result, but they don't see the pain that we came through.
Welcome back to the SingaPoint of View podcast. We know that 2020 was a wild ride for everyone. One full of uncertainties, constant adjustments, and frankly, just all around mayhem. That being said, we got our podcast started, received real positive engagement from our viewers, and overall, we can't thank you guys enough for that foundation of support. We've had great reviews on our first few episodes, which allowed us to garner vital experience for the improvement of our future podcasts. So we've been planning and plotting away for what's to come moving forward for the SingaPoint of View. We're live. Welcome to the third episode of SingaPoint of View, the first one of 2021, with my brother in arms, quite literally, Jordan Webb. How you feeling, Jay?
I'm good. Actually, I'm not good, but I'm good to be doing this. You know what I mean?
You're not good because y'all bundled up inside the house.
Yeah. It's cold over here, man. It's cold.
So you happy? Where you at right now?
I'm at my sister's place. I'm at my sister's place in Oshawa, place in Canada.
Oshawa.
Yeah, in Ontario.
Sounds like Austria in Canada.
That.
Happy to be home?
Yeah, man, of course, man. See the family, see the wife, pretty much my friends, everyone that's been there before I left to Singapore. You know what I mean? I get to kind of reconnect with everybody. So definitely I've been loving it. You know what I mean? So can't complain, man. How about you? What's poppin'? You good?
I'm good, man. I'm here in some warmth. It's been rainy season, so literally raining. Like I think one of the days it rained for like 30, 40 straight hours. It was ridiculous. But other than that, man, can't complain. I'm healthy. Working. You know, I can't complain. No complaints at all. But I wanted to talk to you. I mean, obviously it's the first episode of 2021, as we said. But I feel like we'd be remiss to not talk about how 2020 was. And obviously we had a bunch of changes and adjustments and adapting to do. But how was 2020 for you? Because I'm sure everybody has a story for this year, and we'll have stories for years to come when it comes to this year. So what was it like for you?
Well, for me, it wasn't okay. I would say obviously because of the COVID, things was a bit messy, but at the same time, it got messy. But I also got to go home, see my family during the year. That's something I never get to do when I'm playing. So it's kind of a blessing in disguise in a way, because I got to go home. I got to see all the fam. I got to be out here for 3 months, and then I got to and at the same time getting paid while I was home. You know what I'm saying? And then I got
slight flex.
Yeah. So and then I got to I got to go to back to Singapore and finish out the season out there. Got won a cup, Community Shield, score more goals, got my 100 goals out there. So it wasn't like that bad, because even when I got there, obviously you guys were going through that whole period, right, of no one able to do anything. So what was it for you with the basketball? You can't do anything. You couldn't do anything. But I was home during that time. So when I got to Singapore, bro, they were already doing fives. You can do 5 people in a group. Then it went a week later. It went to remember when they said it went to 10 people? It was we were allowed to train with the whole team. So it was pretty cool for me, right? And on top of that, I get to see Donovan and Mel and all the people that we chill with. All my local friends too out there. So it was quite okay for me in that sense. You know what I'm saying? Obviously other people were affected by it, which is kind of tough. 2020, obviously people passing away because of COVID, and obviously other people passing away that meant a lot to people like Kobe for you. So I know it was tough for other people, but for me personally, it wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I think you had a good setup. Like you said, you were able to go home, even when a lot of people were kind of locked down, because the FAS is supported the way that it is. You guys were able to still kind of continue your lives in a bubble sort of way, but you still were able to do things that every other sport wasn't able to. And I think that's good that you noticed that. I think a lot of times, especially in 2020, we're easy to point out all the bad things that happen, because that's the stuff that that pops off the screen at you. But when you can, realize your blessings even in the worst of times or the most unpredictable of times, I think that's really good. So it's good that you noticed that. Um, and you were able to go home and see your two friends, and maybe three.
Yeah, you're right. Well, who? Baha and who? Who you gonna say? Baha and who?
Baha and one of your nephews. I don't know if the other one likes you, but
one of your nephews might rock with you. So how do you think 2021 is going to be different? I'll just leave it there. I won't preface it with anything more than that. What do you want or do you expect to be different in 2021?
Well, I mean, I think we talking me, right? Like for me,
yeah,
I think it's gonna be an amazing year because it's gonna be my first time being home, playing on top of that, and then on top of that, I'm also going
on top squared.
I'm also obviously I'm trying to progress into life after football, which is going to be a different type of journey for me, right? So I'm excited for that, and I'm excited to be back home, bro. So it's gonna be a wild ride. I find it's gonna be fun. A lot of people haven't seen me play in Canada, so that's gonna be dope. My family haven't seen me play. My friends really haven't seen me play. They've been seeing me play out in Asia, in Singapore for a while. So like I think all those things coming into one in fruition is gonna be super dope for me, man. It's gonna be a wild, crazy ride for me this year. So I'm kind of stay injured free as of you see my back is hurt right now. It's like I'm an old man when I'm not.
Tell the people how you hurt your back, please, because people would probably assume he hurt his back playing soccer or I don't know, working out or something. How'd you hurt your back?
All right, so let me tell you, I was actually working out. All right, so I don't know why you're saying I wasn't working out. I was working out, but the thing was, we were doing some sprinting exercise on a treadmill thing. The ones that,
the looping ones.
Yeah. So we went on the incline, right, at like a fast speed. And I guess when I went on that and I was sprinting and running, like a day later, 2 days later, I couldn't move. Like my back was out of this. It was hurting like heck, bruh. Like, I don't know what. Like, I couldn't move out the bed. I couldn't walk. I'm walking like an old man. Like my back is just broke up right now. I don't know why.
You know what? This is karma from when I hurt my back / hip a month or two ago, and you were like, "This dude 25, going on 55, all this nonsense." Now you're over there with ice packs on your back.
That's the funny thing. I'm never gonna say nothing bad about nobody when people get hurt and like that. Like,
the back injuries are bad, bro.
Like,
bad. You can't do anything.
Nothing,
you can't do anything.
Bro. I can't sleep at night, bro. I can't sleep, man. I can't sleep, and I love my sleep. It's like I don't want to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to sleep.
Yeah. Have you woken up in the middle of the night because of a movement?
Yeah, of course. And then I try to check myself and go to a different side, and that hurts. And I roll over and go to a different side, and that hurts. I roll over, and it just bothers me, bro. You know what I'm saying? It bothers the shit out of me, man. But forget about me. How about you for 2020? How was that for you, baby? Talk to me.
It was cool, man. I mean, to be honest, like I was in, as you say, the lion's den in a sense, because Arizona was really bad, right? So as you were saying, people are on lockdown here, like clubs and stuff were still open in Arizona. So I think during that time period, just because of who I was around, it was hard for me to really realize the gravity of the situation. Obviously, I still felt like I was doing a better job than most. Like I never got COVID, so that's a blessing for 2020. But I know now the way that I was moving around in Arizona wasn't necessarily the best way. Like I was still playing basketball. I wasn't really going out like that, but like sometimes I'd go into stores and I wasn't wearing a mask, and just because none of that was, mandatory. So you kind of live a certain way without really thinking about the situation. But when I got near to coming back to Singapore, I was like, I'm not going to risk getting COVID. I'm not going to risk having any type of situation happen. Plus I moved back and started living with my folks. before my lease ended, just so I could spend some time with them before I left. And I didn't want to put them in a situation where I was risking their health because of what I wanted to do. So I stopped going out to play, ball, unless it was like the super early morning runs where it was really only 10 to 12 of us. And it was like the best really young, either it was players that are playing overseas, players that are like the best in the high school at the time, collegiate players. It was really like, it was a 5 in the morning run. So you don't, most people don't wake up that early to get those. Go ahead.
So you're saying you stopped doing all these things, right? Because your moms and pops.
Yeah.
So not the time when I kept calling you and you was out somewhere doing something random every time?
I was still at home. What do you mean? What do you mean I was doing something random every time?
You were at some house party, this out, the next, the third, the next, the third, every time.
That's cap. That's cap.
Okay. First off, one of the parties was my going away. Like, what I'm supposed to not be a part of my own going away party. Like, I don't want to hear that. That was might not have been the best decision, but I'm okay. Things worked out. Everything worked out fine. But I cut it down. That's my point. I cut it down. And I wasn't like the gym I was playing at, bro. It would be packed with people, and I'm talking about sweating, breathing heavy, all that. So, I mean, I at least avoided that. But outside of that, when I came here, I was happy to be back in Singapore, man. This is home. I missed the food. I missed my family on my mom's side, obviously. You happened to be here, which that was cool because I didn't know if I would actually see you before you left. We had times where we talked about you maybe going to a different country to play, so I wasn't sure if that was gonna happen. So that was dope. But yeah, all in all, man, 2020, I can't complain. I didn't get COVID. My mom and dad didn't get COVID. Nothing really affected my immediate family. So I'm safe and I'm blessed. So I can count my blessings there. But yeah, so what we wanted to tell the people, right? Let's get into that. As you guys can see, my man's is posted up, with me here. So the reasons that we wanted to talk about why this is obviously he's overseas now, he's in Canada and whatnot. But we also are doing an episode, if you can't tell, there's no guest. Unless you want to count this little chair that's holding him up. There's nothing else here. Oh God. At least it's a red chair. You're welcome. So we wanted to have an episode. So we kind of worked on our layout for this 2021. We wanted to make some adjustments, as everybody's done so far. And we're going to do an episode with us and then an episode with a guest. And we kind of want to bounce between the two because we feel like you guys haven't really gotten to know who we are. A lot of the podcasts that we've followed, a lot of these people that are running the podcast, they're already personalities and they're well known in some field, and they have an understanding of what that background is for that person. Whereas for us, Jordan's really the only one. So you want to expand on that?
No. Wait. Hold on. I got a bone to pick with you real quick before we start that.
Oh Lord. What you got?
I got a bone to pick with you, man.
This should be good. Stay tuned. This is news.
Yo, listen. To all my people, all the people listening, to all the people that know Navin, he's capping about that stuff about going out. He was going out in Arizona every day. I don't want to hear this. He's capping, man. And
it's not true.
It's literally not true. It's literally not
okay.
true.
We gonna let that slide for today.
You don't have to.
Ask that question.
We won on the phone.
I had to get that out the way.
You feel better?
I had to get that out. I feel much better.
Okay.
I feel much better.
Your back loosened up?
All right. Go again. Back to ask me again.
I said, do you want to expand on the fact of, why we're doing this episode with us and then an episode with a guest after, instead of having a guest every single episode? Like, what does it mean to you to do that?
I think because when we did our first episode, right, Nav, I think we felt that we had a good connection and we got good reviews, right? And we got good reviews from that, man. And when you brought it up, I was like, it makes sense because I think we work well off each other, and I think maybe a lot of people probably want to hear us just talk, you know what I'm saying? And chop it up and talk about whatever we need to talk about, subjects, whatever, you know what I mean? So I feel that it was necessary. I felt that, and I was cool with it too, right? Like when you said it to me, I was like, you know what, that makes sense. I don't mind that, you know what I'm saying? Obviously we both, we bounce ideas off each other. So when you hit it to me, and I'm kind of like, yeah, like that does make sense. Cause I honestly like that one episode when we was just us two, when we was together. So doing it now together, and at least we get a break from keep trying to get a guest where we can probably run off somewhere. It's just us and we chopping it up and getting to know what we doing for these next couple of, you know, months that we've been chilling, or I've been playing my soccer, you doing basketball, or whatever. Like, and we could chop it up properly where it's just us two, right? Because usually when you have a guest, you know, it's a lot of the guests as well, right? But we're gonna still be doing our thing in our lives, right? So people want to see what we doing as well, you know, at the same time. So, you know what I'm saying? And I was rocking with that idea. So that's like the main reason why I was like, I'm digging it, you know what I mean? So yeah.
I couldn't agree more. I think also at the same time, like I said, we want people to know who we are as well, right? It's not just about what we're doing, but who we are, what we stand for, what our ideals are, you know, our standpoints on current events, and just like in a nutshell, who we are. And I think that the only way we can do that is by having episodes where it is just us, where we do break those things down. And we actually came up with an idea of how we can do that for this episode, where we have a couple questions for each other, where, you know, the answers should be, you know, a little in depth about something that people maybe don't know about us, or we don't really talk about often, or you just don't get asked very often. So you want to go first, or you want me to go first? I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go first. Okay, go.
I'll give you one.
Okay,
actually, you give me one first, because you was
All right, I
riding
got
my
one.
Okay. Yeah, you can go.
Let's give you a little softball pitch real quick. So, would you like to be famous? And if so, for what? And if not, why not?
Famous?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm already famous. Stop playing me. But okay, but
They know you,
Alright,
maybe.
Alright. If I would to be famous,
Okay with you,
so
bro.
the question is, would I want to be famous?
Yeah, would you want to be famous? If so, for what?
Yeah, say that again.
All right. Would you want to be famous? If so, for what? And if not, why not?
No. I would want to be famous, and I would want to be like an actor, a famous actor. You know, I've always had a passion for drama, like, you know, in high school, acting and all that. Like, I've kind of had a passion for that. So no one really knows that about me. You know, I don't even know if you knew that about me.
I mean, if for all the dives and stuff on the pitch, I guess it makes sense, but the flopping.
So,
you got a head start. You're working on it.
This dude, bro, always gotta come up with some slick line, bro. Get out of here, bro.
No, I didn't know that though. An actor? What?
Yeah, real talk. Like a famous actor, man. Like I've always kind of
like movies, not like Broadway, right?
Yeah, like movie,
Okay.
like Hollywood movie.
Wow.
Not Bollywood, Hollywood movie.
So what type of actor would you be? Like name an actor that you think you'd be similar to. If you say Denzel, we're ending this episode right now.
I'm not gonna say Denzel. I mean, my favorite,
right?
the person who I like the most is Adam Sandler.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
That's a good one, actually. That's a really good one. I'm rocking with you for that one. That's a good one. That's a good one. He could be serious. He could be sporty. He could be, you know. Yeah, okay, I can see that. Okay. All right, that's a surprise. I learned something new today. Y'all learned something. Okay, what's
Right? That's not bad. I caught you off guard with that one.
You caught me off guard with that answer. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know, so I got one for you now, because I know Nalvin's a basketball player, all right? And he's a scorer first. You know what I'm saying? So for that question, right? I don't know what they doing it, man. What are you doing? What are you doing? So this is why I asked this question. Because a scorer first, I want to ask you this, because you're a scorer first. But it's obviously it doesn't relate to basketball, but maybe that's the type of mindset over there. So what are you selfish about?
Oh, okay. What am I selfish about? All right, my roommates would say this is gonna be a random one, but my roommates would say I'm selfish about my juice. I'm like a juice addict, bro. Like if I had a friend of mine that was staying with us, and I had this big old bottle of orange juice, and it was like a tall bottle, and I came back from class one day and I went to go grab my juice, and I was like, "Did you drink some of this juice, bro?" And it was probably like this much gone out of the juice. But I noticed it because I drink it that often. Like I'm in that fridge grabbing that juice all the time. So I was like, bro, look, I'll share anything with you, but leave the juice in the fridge. Like that's mine. So that'd be like an item I guess I'm selfish about. But I think, oh, that's tough. What am I selfish about? I feel like I'm selfish with my time sometimes as well. Like I would rather be by myself or with like, you know, a small group of people that I constantly hang out with than to constantly just be with a bunch of, you know, fleeting relationships and acquaintances. So that doesn't mean that I don't like spending time with other people and new people. I do, but I have my modes and my moments when I'm feeling like doing that. Most of the time I'd rather just be by myself, honestly. So yeah. This is one I feel like would be a good one for you to elaborate on, because I'll just leave it for you. What type of friend are you?
I mean, so you know, me growing up, like, you know, I moved from place to place. You know, we've moved place to place. My family moved from Oshawa to Ajax, Pickering, Scarborough, and all that, right? So, and you know, I've met like a bunch of people from all those places, right? So like and so I like growing up, like I never really had so like in Oshawa I was there for a bit, then I left, right? Had friends there, and in Ajax had a bit of friends that I left there. Went to Scarborough, made my friends there, and I left. You know, so it was not until Pickering where I actually met like when I was a bit older, like around 15 or 14, when I met like my I always say my best friend Tristan French. So like, you know, I would just say, you know, when I met them, and I think I'm a caring friend, you know, a giving friend, you know what I'm saying? You know, all the time I'm always putting my friends first before a lot of everything.
Sometimes to a fault.
To a fault. And that's why, and you know, with certain things, obviously, you know that I have to change with certain things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird that people can say that, right? Like I'm putting
to a fault.
before me to a fault, which people will be like, that is kind of weird, you know? You're too nice, like you're always with your friends, like you know, it's not like we're doing crazy stuff or bad stuff, but I think that's my main thing, that I'm probably giving, yeah, you know, giving.
That's very fitting
to my friends, yeah, because I know that when I didn't have much, my friends were the same to me, right? And I'm not saying I have a lot, but I'm always like, if someone were to, you know, put a hand out, I'm always there to help, bro. Like I try to always be that person.
Yeah.
For my friends especially. So you know, that I guess that would be me, you know, just a giving, caring type of dude, yo.
Yeah, generous for sure. I can see that. Yeah, okay. Just so you know, the next 3 questions, I'm not giving you no easy ones, though, so you better get ready. Get with it.
I got what, because I know a lot of things with you, you know what I'm saying? Because we've been chilling for a bit, you know what I'm saying? Even my dog for a while. So this one, that's why I want to know exactly what this one would be about. Because I don't even know the answer to this one. You know what I mean? So what character trait would you like to be forgiven for? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I think the only reason why this is an easier question for me now is because it's one of my New Year resolutions for myself, is to address this that I know about myself, is that I'm a really prideful person. I'm sure you've known that just by, you know, being around me, right? Like pride has gotten me some good things because I'm prideful, and I like to be proud in what I do and how I carry myself as well. So that kind of plays off each other. Like it's done good things for me, but oftentimes like instead of me just letting things go or things just letting things breeze by, I let the pride get the best of me. That might be the Leo in me or whatever, if you believe in that. But I made that a New Year's resolution to not let pride dictate my situations and my conversations, and just let people be people. Let people just kind of be who they are, and let it kind of go as it goes.
My bad, my bad, Navin. Mom.
No, you're good.
I'm doing a podcast right now.
What's up, Mama?
Navin was saying the answer to a question I gave him. Thanks for interrupting me.
Mom can interrupt anytime she wants, all right? She brought you to this earth to take you out.
All right, my bad.
So, no, you're good. I mean, that's basically it. Like, I don't want to go on too much of a tangent, but yeah, pride, because I know that sometimes I don't do what I would want to do because I let my pride kind of dictate what I should or shouldn't do instead of just letting it go. So, yeah, pride for sure. Okay. So this question is one that I thought of the answer for, because it's a weirdly worded question. So I'm gonna give you an example of what I mean by it. So describe a friend that you are envious of and why. And when I say envious, I kind of mean like look up to and kind of hope or aspires to have what they have. And for me, I thought of Clive, right? Like him being a lawyer, Clive Anderson, a really, really good friend and like mentor of ours. Canadian guy, Canadian Jamaican. You say Clive? Yeah, Clive, because I feel like his life is just so perfectly put together. Like he's such a great person. He's got, he's working in law, got a great family. His kids are, great morals and great structure and great scruples and values. And him as an overall person, like there's not a single sentence that I could put together that would be negative for Clive. Not one. Not a single one. And so that's who I thought of when I thought of the question, because it wasn't really envy. It's just like I aspire to be like him in a lot of ways. So who is that for you?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
I told you. I gave him a warning, didn't I? I told him.
Oh, it's a hard one.
Yeah, speak off the cuff, man. Don't be overthinking stuff.
Who comes to mind?
I have a few people.
Okay. Tell us who and why.
Okay, so I have Mr. Neckers, Cameron Neckers. Yeah, Mr. Neckers. He was my basketball coach.
What's going on over there?
Yeah, my mom is doing something. Could you not do that right now, please? I'll do it. I'll do it after it's done. Yeah, Mom, please. I'm begging you. Please. Please. See, this is why I gotta get my own spot.
Oh man. This is why I gotta get my own spot.
Could you just say I'll do this for her, please? Mom, I'll do it. Me and Eileen will do it. Me and Eileen will do it.
Yeah, she might as well make a shout out for SingaPoint of View. Get a little cameo.
Them?
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
Might as well.
Mom, I'll do it, please.
The perks of having your own place, man. Mama, I love you. I know you wouldn't do this. Or probably you would, actually. My mom probably would.
Oh my gosh. Remember when I told you about my mom, Navin?
Yeah.
Just to try to slide off topic. She will get up around like 3-4 in the morning every day. Okay, this is why you gotta love moms, right?
Got it.
Every day, and get up and get the kids' food ready and clean up whatever's messy in the kitchen, right? Like, I mean, every day without fail.
Stop making a mess in there. That's motherly instincts and motherly love is a whole different thing, bro. Like the older I get, the more I realize my mom does so much, has done so much, continues to do so much. Like even my dad and I will have conversations about it. It's like, your mom, y'all don't realize how much your mom does for you, because she's constantly thinking about us. like constantly. And if I don't tell you enough, Mom, if you're watching this, like you're more than a gem. You're ridiculous. You're unbelievable. So
Honestly, that's the truth. That's the truth.
but you can actually thank your mom.
The funny thing is, and you don't really say it enough. Like I think I really say it enough, and I think I gotta get better with that. You know, on saying that I love you to my mom or to my sisters or to all of them, right? Because I don't really say it often. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because you never know, like, you never know what can happen. Like, you know, just because remember just the other day, you know, even though we signed off topic, but hey, this is what we do, right? Like the plane that crashed, right? The Indonesian, like, I was just on a plane, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
that quick.
You just never know. Bro.
Yep, I couldn't agree more. I think this year helps.
Know, yeah, so I think it's vital that like any time you get a chance, you got to say I love you and thank you for everything you've done for me and whatever it is, you know, and my sisters too, because they're always there for me as well, man. Whenever I'm doing dumb stuff or good, whatever it is, right? Like your family's your family, bro, and they love you unconditionally. You know what I'm saying? So, I think it's vital.
And you can thank your family for giving you more time on this answer too, because you were stuck for a bit, so you had more time to think about.
I wasn't. I have my people, 100%, because he's So the people that I look up to, or people that I want to be like, I would say is, you know, Mr. Neckers, Mr. McKenzie, and Donovan, bro. You know,
let's get some full names in here. Give them their real love.
Donovan Lang from Singapore, but he's a Chicagoan.
And what about them? So you said, you know, Mr. Neckers.
So with Mr. Neckers, I know he was you know, he was a D1 player, D1 athlete. He did everything that I wanted to do growing up, right? Basketball player. You know, he's a white guy. And super nice at basketball. Can shoot it, man. Like Noel shoot it.
Wow.
Like Noel shoot it.
Sniper.
Yeah. Real
Shout
dope.
out to Pollock.
And you know, he's got it now. He has a, you know, wife with kids. Well, I think three or four kids. And remember when I told you, like, and I wanna have just the wife with the kids with the, you know, with the 2 cars and the house, the normal, you know, that thing that you want.
The white picket fence.
Yeah, and
neighbors borrowing sugar. Type of
that. And on top of that, he, you know, he was real. He was like a father figure for me, also, right? Like he definitely helped me out when I was in school. He was trying to keep me in the right path. Like he's the same thing of what Mr. McKenzie is, and I think there was a different wanted to be like, because they were people that kind of helped me, and I kind of want to do the same thing for other people like them, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what I want. Those are the traits that I want from them to what I want growing up when I'm older, and I can do that for other people. Like they put that in me in a way. Yeah. You know, because they didn't have to do that for me, and I love them to
change your life for that. Yeah. And what about for Donovan?
And Donovan, he did it in a different way, you know, because you know he grew up in certain situations, and like he trying to put me on game of just trying to, you know, learn more, and he's like that. Like he's reading books, he does things different. Like you know how we're on the chat sometimes, and dudes are talking and saying, you know, like he does things different. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't care what other people think. And
he walks to his own beat for sure.
His own beat, bro. And like the why I would say him is like all those things that he does, how he is with his wife, how he puts his wife first all the time. And that's something that I want to take from him and get better at. You know what I mean?
That's real.
100%, bro. And that right there, like, is a lot for me. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't. And one thing he doesn't bullshit, bro. You know, like he's one of the guys that going. Yeah, he's a straight shooter. You know what I'm saying? 100%. And that's the type of person I want to be growing up. And it's not no disrespect too. You know, even the conversations you had with Big D, when you talk to an older person, they're always like, you know, just because they're older, that's not Big D though.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That's not big deal.
Right is right and wrong is wrong. And he's one of the first people that'll tell you, hey, I messed up. I was wrong. My bad.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? How he is that's the type of person that I want to be when I'm older, a bit older too. You know what I'm saying? So those are the type of people I want to take their things and kind of put it in me. You know what I mean? That's a fact, yo.
Yeah, I like that answer. And let me expand on the Donovan thing too as well, because he's been pivotal for me since I've been back. And our friendship isn't one that's super long or really tenured, but every time I meet him and I talk to him and I get to pick his brain, like I leave those encounters, I feel like a better person. And that sounds real cliche. I know it does. It sounds like like I'm just making something. Nah, like when you talk to him, one, you're getting the real conversation back. He's not just saying what you want to hear or how you want to hear it. He's gonna tell you what he feels like is really gonna help you be a better person. And then even more to add to that, it's like when we have these discussions, it is a back and forth. He will hear your point. He will listen to what you have to say, so he gets where you're coming from. And then he'll say, this is how I feel, or this makes sense. This is maybe how you can do it. Like, it's a real constructive criticism. It's not just, like you said, I'm older, let me tell you how to live life. And I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that, because he really takes into account my experiences, my upbringing, who I am, and then gives me advice. And a lot of people don't really do that when they feel like they're, above you or whatever in age or experience or whatever. They kind of just assume that they know more about how you should live your life. And he doesn't do that. So shout out to Donovan, man. Shout out to big time.
And you know what? Since we on this topic, right?
Yeah.
We just keep it real right now. Since we keeping it real, bro. You see, people will think, like your friend, like my friend. You know who else I would say, bro? I'm gonna be real with you. Noel. Noel. Because he's got something that I need to get to. If you know what I mean, bro.
Yeah, I hear you. Maybe they need to understand. So explain it, briefly enough, and then I'm not trying to cut you in any way, because I really do think this is important for you to explain, because I know what you're talking about. They probably don't. Yeah. So break it down for him a bit.
So like we know he's married and everything, and he's like man, he's just been a good dude, and he puts the same thing with, like, he puts his wife before everything, and that's something that I didn't do, you know what I'm saying? And that's something that I'm kind of envious about. Like I need to get better with that. And I will get better with that, you know what I'm saying? And he's the one that's kind of helped me and try to talk me to you know what I'm saying, to do that, be like that. And that's the type of people, that's the type of person I want to be like, you know what I'm saying? And he's such a nice dude, bro. Like he's such a great dude, you know what I'm saying? And he's great to his wife. He's just an all-around good dude. I can't really explain, you know what I mean? Like Noel is a different character, man. Is a different character, man. You know what I'm saying? And I was talking to him the other day on the phone. And he was just telling me, like, yo, we don't even have to talk every day, but like, what it is, with us. You know what I'm saying? And it's good to hear that coming from Noel, because when I leave, it's not like we always talk to people, like kind of like Andre. We left, but we still stayed in contact. And Noel, he takes the time and hits me and messages me, and you know what I'm saying? He's not the dude that's like, if you're not messaging him, like he takes the time and he messages me and he tells me how I should get right with wifey and do all that stuff, and I really don't want to go all hard, because I don't know if she wants all that out there and all that, you know what I mean? But that's something that, I love Noel for being that guy to me and to you too, probably, for in other cases.
Yeah, we got our own relationship for sure. I mean, the point of all this is that you have friends that you learn things from, and you have friends that you just enjoy days with, and you have friends that you do both with. And I think the people we've named give us a bit of both for sure. So let's go ahead and slide on to the next one. So we're not, I don't even know what our time's looking like right now, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know what our time's looking like. So I'm gonna ask you one more, and maybe we go into why this is happening.
Yes. Yeah, I like that. Okay.
So,
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm
Make it
gonna
a
just
goal.
give you the reason I'm giving these type of questions. I feel like it's like because I'm your friend, and I don't know if like people want to know the type of guy you are. You know what I'm saying? So the next question is, who would you like to go back and apologize to, and for what?
Wow. I'm not gonna think too much on it. The first name that came to my mind is one of my closest friends growing up, my friend Dominic Nappy. Like he's been one of my closest friends since 7th grade, and like it's like you just said, no matter where I was, boarding school, going to Singapore for NS, college, whatever it was, like although we weren't around each other all the time and having conversations every day, like when we did link up, it was always all love. It was always great. But right before I came out here, actually, we had a little bit of a falling out, and one reason I'd apologize is because I think that we didn't communicate well enough about situations and how we felt and what was going on. And personally, I can't speak on him, but like I didn't have any issues with what was going on. He brought them to me about what was happening, and I won't get into the details because that's our stuff. But long story short, it's just I would apologize for not opening the door more, maybe for communication and saying, are you good? Is everything straight with this? Because a lot was going on in his life too, and there's no excuse because I had something, I was graduating and finals and moving and all that stuff. Like I had stuff going on too, but at the end of the day, a friend's a friend, and it was on me to also be a little bit better about checking in on him and seeing how his mental state was on things, and was it all good, and if it wasn't, opening that conversation up. Because personally, I have no problems with him. Like the falling out is I don't want to say it's one-sided, because obviously we had words and we went back and forth and didn't agree on something, but I have no ill will in my heart to him. Like that's still my boy, that's still my brother, and although we haven't really spoken much since then, I've reached out to him a couple times, and he's sent me some quick little messages back. But yeah, I'd apologize to him, and hopefully, whenever this comes out, I can send it to him, and he can see that like it's still on my heart. Like I still do think about him, and I love checking in on his stuff and seeing how he's doing. And he's a hell of a chef, and he's gonna do big things in that kitchen, man. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. But yeah, I'd apologize to him.
Sheesh, I almost cried, man.
Man, shut your ass up.
Damn. No, that's real. That's real though. That's real. And it takes a real man to actually apologize, real talk. Because some people hold stuff. So that's good on you, man. You know what I'm saying? That's growth. That's growth. You know what I'm saying? That's growth. Yeah. That's manhood, like Donovan would say. That's manhood right there. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone can sit there and apologize, you know what I mean? Because dudes are hard headed, and you know what I'm saying? You know how it is, how people are. So that's what's up. Yep. That's what's up, bro.
So yeah, let's jump into why this is where it's at, and I'm gonna let you take it away in whatever way you want to do that.
Yeah. So we doing this podcast now over Zoom, and I'm back home in Canada, of course. The SingaPoint of View, Canada / Singapore movement now that we doing.
Worst
obviously,
joke ever.
I had a change. I got a change of heart and wanted to in playing out there overseas. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to kind of go back home and let my family see me play. You know what I'm saying? I want my family to see me play. I wanted to kind of get ready for life after football, get my life sorted out here. Wifey also, like a lot of things that I wanted to kind of handle and deal with, you know what I'm saying? And it was kind of, the funny thing is when I scored my 100th goal, when I scored the hat trick that day, remember? Like that's when it's like, I had offers. I can go Malaysia, I can go Indonesia, I can go stay in the S League or whatever, because I still think like
Thailand.
Yeah, Thailand.
Thailand,
yeah. Thailand. And I still think like I was the best player there. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to anybody, but that's just how I feel. Like when I'm on my game, like I'm easily the best player. And then when I was playing in the AFC, I was the best player in the AFC. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I was just doing it there. I was doing it on a Champions League level or AFC level as well against the best teams in other countries, you know, around the region.
Yeah.
So like, I felt that because I'm on the top of my game, I don't want to go back home and like people see a bum. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to at least go there and still be who I am and show these people that, like, you know, I was gone for about 10, 11 years, but you know, I'm still that dude. And then hopefully I can go from playing and then playing at a higher level out here quickly in about a year, half a year, whatever the case may be. Don't want to give away where I'm at and everything. But I felt that it was about that time. And I kind of left fast on short notice, which was kind of messed up in a way, because like you guys was there with me. And like, I just felt like I wanted to get away from it all, you know, as fast as possible and kind of have my me time. And that's why I went to Romania to see my man Andre. Shout out to Andre and his family. They're big ups. They were super dope when I went out there, and then the hospitality was incredible. So yeah, and I kind of apologize for that to you guys, you, Donovan, Mel, Noel, everyone that's out there, my local boys, and even the team. You know what I'm saying? I kind of just left quickly, but I wanted to kind of just have my own time, you know? So so that was kind of the reason why I left. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I left, and now I'm here, you know what I'm saying? And now this is why we're doing this here, you know what I'm saying? Which is kind of tough for Navin because we had everything kind of planned out. And I mean, for both of us, because we kind of had everything planned out. And I think I've mentioned it to you that I wanted to play back home, but it was never like, and I said I wanted to go overseas, but it never really happened, right? Like it wasn't like, he's like, yeah, he's saying that, but he's probably going to come back, you know?
we did. I didn't know. I mean, personally, you say it's tough for me, and sure, like adjusting and doing it via Zoom and stuff is an adjustment. But for me, that's why we wanted to start it when we started it, right? Not wait till, you know, my basketball thing comes to fruition, or you're playing out here. Like we started early so we could get these kinks out, figure out what our layout is, and we're gonna make it work. And I think that's the beauty of it is we have an idea. Like one of my favorite quotes my dad used to say to me is, "Man has a plan, God has a plan. They ain't always the same," right? And that being the case, you just roll with it. You know, we're gonna make this work, and we found ways to adjust. We have a great videographer group, and just overall, you know, tech savvy group that we work with in Prism Studios. So shout out to them. They're amazing. They're amazing, man. They're amazing. So B-Town, Honey, we got the whole squad, and like they've made me feel a lot better about the fact that we're gonna move to Zoom. Is because like although we're going to tech stuff that we're not necessarily the best and well versed in, like we have a group of people behind us that we not only, you know, trust and believe in, but we enjoy working with. So it really wasn't too tough in my opinion. Plus you're doing what you were meant to do, man, which is play in front of your family while you're still in your prime. Like how can I look at that situation and be like, well, damn, to me I'm happy for that. I'm excited to see that, and other things will come from it. So I hope that y'all, and I'm pointing at the camera here in case you can't see, they can come with us on this journey as we make these adjustments. We're gonna make this way more visually appealing as far as the video editing and then the things that make it, you know, worth watching, not just listening to. Obviously, you can still listen to it, but we're gonna find a way to make this something that is an experience to watch, and that's gonna be fun too. So we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work, bro. You know what I mean?
That's a fact, bro. You think we?
Anything else you want to cover with that? Because I feel like
I had a few things, but I don't know how much. You know, I don't know how much time we got.
We could save it. We could say I have some stuff too, but honestly, all that stuff I can save for when we get on the horn again and do it another time.
Yeah.
I do want to make.
I have a few things, you know, because I know you started your basketball thing and your pro forma thing and all that type of stuff. So I had those stuff to kind of talk maybe to people to let them know, you know, what's going on. But I mean, I guess we could cover that another time because I know we have to kind of cut this short in a way.
And plus we're actually able to tell them about the team that he's joining and his teammates and things like that, it would probably be the best time for us to have those conversations back and forth, right? Like, you joined the team, I'm joining the team, and there's a lot to discuss there. So stay tuned for the next episode for sure. Yeah.
That could be another one for us too. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
For sure.
Go ahead, get your little goodbyes on. Get your little
bye to everyone that has come to check out our SingaPoint of View podcast. We appreciate the love, we appreciate the the feedback, everything, whatever it is. Shout out to Donovan. Shout out to who else? The camera crew, the people in the scenes back there, even Sana, shout out Sana. Proform, Puma, everyone that's kind of supports us in a way.
June.
June, Thomas Beatty for giving us that second episode. That was real dope. So we're definitely excited for what's to come in the future. You know what I mean? That's a fact. Yeah.
And I'll end it with that. I think he covered most of it. We're thankful for all the support. You guys have been great. You've given us, not only your time and your energy, but real engagement, and we're hearing feedback on it so that we can get better at this. And we're gonna constantly keep bringing you guys new content and new ways to look at a podcast. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And stay tuned for the next episode. We have a great guest that we're gonna bring along. Should we tell them what you?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, man.
All right, we'll give you some hints. It's a beautiful girl that's super, super talented. I've known her literally my entire life. She's very well known in the Southeast Asian scene, not just Singapore. What you got to add to that?
You got it.
Yeah. I mean, she's just a very talented and not camera shy individual that we'll bring on, and I'm sure some of you guys will know who she is, if not all of you guys. And because we have such a great rapport and we've known each other for so long, it should be a great episode. So stay tuned. We'll be posting more information on that as we lead up into that episode. But for now, you're stuck with us.
Yes, sir.
All right. Sir. And that's the end of episode 3 of the SingaPoint of View. Get the law.
All right. I got you.
All right, y'all. And that just about wraps it up for us here at the SingaPoint of View podcast. So stay tuned for the next episode as we post updates and sneak peeks on our Instagram at SingaPoint of View. Also follow us on YouTube at SingaPoint of View to stay locked in on all of our full episodes as well as our short clips of each show. We'd like to thank our podcast sponsors, Puma, Joom, and Proform Basketball Academy. Also, special shout out to our media manager, Sanjana Argawal, to our logo artist, Alicia Webb, and our advisor and assistant executive producer, Donovan Lang.